dear first prep students. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the new lesson of science. Our lesson today speak about the matter construction. What's the meaning of matter construction? Matter construction, which means the matter structure أو بناء أو تركيب الماترز بتاعتي. Now at the end of the lesson, the student should be able to: number one, identify the matter construction. Number two, identify the relation between the temperature of matter and its physical state. Number three, identify the meaning of matter and molecules. What's the meaning of matter construction? From the previous studies, من دراستنا قبل كده اللي احنا عارفين ايه؟ The building unit of living organism is the cell. Okay. Now, the body of all living organisms consists of what? Consists of the group of systems. And each group consists of the group of organs. And each organs consists of the group of tissues. And each tissue consists of the group of cells. Okay. Now the building unit of matter is the molecules. And each molecule consists of the atom. طيب, what the meaning of molecules? يعني ايه؟ يعني ايه جزيء اصلا؟ It's the smallest part of matter which can exist freely. يبقى هو اصغر جزء في الماتر عندي exist freely and it has the properties of the matter. يبقى المسؤول عن ال properties بتاعة الماترز بتاعتي اللي هو مين؟ برافو. It's called the molecules. Okay, activity 1. Now I need to approve what? Approve the matter is composed of the molecules. ايه اللي انا عايزه اتاكد منه؟ اتاكد ان الماتر عندي composed of the molecules. اتاكد انها بتكون من جزيئات صغيره. طيب, what can I do؟ هعمل ايه دلوقتي؟ The steps: out a suitable amount of perfume on the glass beaker, then determine its mass by using the sensitive balance. هجيب كميه صغيره من البرفيوم بتاعتي واحطها في glass beaker. Okay. Number 2, leave the beaker in one side of the room for a period of time. Then move to the other side of the room. طيب, هقيس الماس بتاعت البرفيوم بتاعتي بsensitive balance. اوكي. تاني حاجة هسيبها لفترة معينة في الأوضة بتاعتي. طيب, هعمل ايه تاني؟ Number 3, determine the mass of the beaker again. هقيس الماس بتاعتها مرة تانية. طيب, what about observation? The smell of the perfume spreads all over the room. هشم ريحة البرفيوم عندي في كل الأوضة. طيب, number 2, the mass of the beaker decreases. Okay, the mass of the beaker decrease. هلاحظ إن الماس عندي ابتدت تقل. طيب, إيه اللي حصل؟ Explanation: the matter of the perfume is divided into the tiny or small particles. معنى كده إن البرفيوم عندي بيتكون من the tiny or small particles. The particles of perfume are called molecules that spread all over the room. Okay. Now we are going to study what? Number 1, the properties of molecules of matter. Number 2, the relation between the temperature of matter and its physical state. Number 3, the matter and molecules. First, the properties of molecules of matter. We have 3 properties of matter. عندنا 3 خواص للmolecules بتاعتي. خواص المولكيولز. Number 1, the molecules of matter are in a state of continuous motion. معنى كده ان الجزيئات عندي مش ثابتة، هي في حركة مستمرة. طيب. B, there are intermolecular spaces among the molecules of matter. معنى كده ان في intermolecular spaces، في فواصل او مسافات بينية ما بين المولكيولز وبعضها. طيب. Number 3, there are attraction force among the molecules of matter. في قوة ربط ما بين المولكيولز وبعضها. Okay. Activity 1, the molecules of matter are in a state of continuous motion. كل اللي أنا عايزة أثبته دلوقتي أثبت إن المولكيولز عندي إنها في حركة مستمرة. Okay. Let's watch a video about this part. If you bring the amount of potassium permanganate and put in water, what we observe? هتلاحظ إيه؟ The particles of matter are in continuous motion and the color of the water changed into the violet. Conclusion: the molecules of matter are in a state of continuous motion. Okay, I have notes. The molecules of the solid matter have a limited vibration motion. طيب معنى كده ان الجزيئات عندي في حركة مستمرة؟ طيب في حالة السوليد ستيت ايه اللي هيحصل للحركة بتاعت المولكيولز عندي؟ بيحصل لها limited vibration motion، بتهتز وهي في مكانها. طيب while the motion of the liquid is free، في الحالة السائلة عندي بتكون أكتر حركة، بتتحرك بسرعة شوية. and that of gases is completely free، في حالة الغازات بتكون completely free، بتتحرك بسهولة وبحرية. طيب I have a question. Number 1. The drop of ink spread through the water. Why? Yes, bravo. Because the molecules of ink are in a continuous motion in all directions among the water molecules. Number 2. When you leave the perfume bottle open, you smell it all over the room. زي ما احنا خدنا في الاكسبيرمنت قبل كده ان انا شميت ريحة البرفيوم في كل الأوضة. ليه؟ Because the molecules of the perfume are in a continuous motion and they keep the properties of perfume. Okay, let's watch a video. The particles of matter have enough space. If you bring the cup of tea and the spoon of sugar، تمام، وقلبتهم، ايه اللي حصل؟ هل في زيادة في الفوليوم بتاع التي بتاعي؟ لا. ليه؟ عشان أنا عندي السكر عندي دخل في الانترموليكولار سبيسز بتاعة التي. Okay. Activity 2. Now I need to approve the presence of intermolecular spaces among the molecules of matter. طيب كل اللي أنا عايزة أثبته دلوقتي إن في فعلا intermolecular spaces، إن في مسافات ما بين المولكيولز وبعضها. Okay. Now bring or put 300 cubic centimeter of water in graduated cylinder, like in the picture. Okay. Number 2, add 200 cubic centimeter of ethyl alcohol to the water. Okay. What do you observe? إيه اللي أنت هتلاحظه؟ The volume of the mixture will be less than the 500 cubic centimeter. معنى كده الفوليوم بتاعي هيبقى أقل من 500 cubic centimeter. ليه؟ The sum of ethyl alcohol molecules are distributed in the intramolecular spaces that are found among the water molecules. معنى كده ان الايثيل الكحول لما حطيته على الميه اوكي دخل ما بين المسافات اللي ما بين المولكيول وبعضها molecules وبعضها. طيب what about the conclusion? There are intermolecular spaces among the molecule of matter. اوكي ونتيجة كده ان احنا اثبتنا ان وجود intermolecular spaces ان في مسافات ما بين المولكيولز وبعضها. اوكي طيب what's the meaning of intermolecular spaces? The spaces that are found among the molecules of matter. Okay, and now I have a question. Number 1, the volume of the mixture of water and alcohol is less than the sum of their volume before mixing. Why? Yes, bravo, because the some molecules of alcohol occupy the intermolecular spaces among the water molecules. Number 2, disappearance of a little of the table salt when it's put in the beaker containing the water for the period of time. Why? Because the molecules of the table salt spread in intermolecular spaces among the water molecules. Okay, let's watch a video. This is the 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. Okay, the solid have the fixed shape and volume. So what about the liquid? The liquid have no fixed shape but have the fixed volume, and the liquid can flow and change shape. So what about the gas? Gases have no fixed shape and volume. Okay, there are the high compressor. This is the 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. Okay, now I need to approve the presence of intermolecular forces. طيب كل اللي أنا عايزة أعمله إيه؟ إن أنا أثبت إن في intermolecular forces أو قوة تجاذب ما بين المولكيولز وبعضها. طيب what can I do? Steps number 1, try to break an iron piece with your finger or by hammering it. طيب لو أنا عندي piece من الأيرن تمام وحاولت إن أنا أكسرها بإيدي أو إن أنا أخبط عليها، إيه اللي هيحصل؟ هقدر؟ برافو. لا طبعا مش هقدر إن أنا أكسرها بسهولة. طيب الobservation بتاعتي it's difficult to break the iron piece. ما أقدرش إن أنا أقطع أو أكسر حتة الأيرن اللي عندي. طيب if you have amount of water and try to divide the amount of water in a small cups. طيب لو أنا عندي مية وقسمتها على small cups هعرف؟ yes برافو. It's easy to divide the amount of water into portions. Why? It's difficult to break the piece of iron. ليه هيبقى صعب إن أنا أكسر piece of iron? Because there is the attraction force among the molecules is very strong in the solid, such as the iron or aluminium. معنى كده إن في attraction force أو قوة جذب ما بين قوة تماسك ما بين المولكيولز وبعضها، وهي جامدة جدا في حالة السوليد ستيت. زي مين؟ زي الأيرن مثلا أو الألمنيوم. طيب I have another question. It's easy to divide the amount of water. Why? Because the attraction force among the molecules is very weak in the liquid, like the water, alcohol, oil. عشان القوة الجذب ما بين أو قوة التماسك ما بين الجزيئات وبعضها في حالة الليكويد ستيت بتكون ضعيفة شوية. Okay. What about the conclusion? There are intermolecular forces or attraction force among the molecule of matter. طيب what's the meaning of intermolecular force? Molecular force, the force that binds the molecules of matter together. هي الفورس أو القوة اللي عندي اللي بتربط جزيئات ببعضها. Okay. I have noted the intermolecular forces among the molecule of gases are most not existent. معنى كده إن مفيش intermolecular forces ما بين جزيئات الغازات وبعضها، هي تعتبر موجودة بس ضعيفة قوي، فيعتبر إنها مش not existent، ملهاش وجود. Now I need to compare between the states of matter. We have 3 states of matter: solid and liquid and gases. Okay, in the solid state, they have the definite shapes and volume. In a liquid state, they have the definite volume and indefinite shapes. In a gaseous state, they have indefinite shapes and volume. Okay, because there are characteristics body. In a solid state, there is a narrow or tiny intermolecular space. المسافات ما بين الجزيئات وبعضها صغيرة جدا. Okay, in a liquid state, intermediate or relatively large intermolecular spaces. مسافات ما بين الجزيئات وبعضها intermediate، وسط، هي مش كبيرة ومش صغيرة. طيب in a gaseous state very large intermolecular spaces. المسافات ما بينهم كبيرة أوي. Okay. In a solid state very strong intermolecular forces. الفورسز ما بين molecules وبعضها strong. In a liquid state the weak intermolecular forces. In the gaseous state very weak intermolecular forces. Okay. So in the solid state the molecules are relatively fixed in their position. معنى كده molecules عندي في حالة solid state بتتحرك بمكانها، يحصل لها vibration مكانها. Okay. In the liquid state, so they have take the shape of the container in which they are put. معنى كده ان الليكويد عندي بياخد شكل الحاجة اللي محطوط فيها أو شكل الإناء اللي محطوط فيه. طيب in a gaseous state so the molecules are completely free. حركة الجزيئات في حالة gaseous state حركة free بحرية، تتحرك بحرية. On heating the solid substance, on heating the liquid substance, I need to what? طيب أنا عايز أعرف دلوقتي إيه علاقة ما بين temperature of matter and its physical state والخواص الفيزيائية بتاعتها. طيب أنا عندي two substances solid and liquid. طيب أول حاجة في حالة solid on heating the solid substance. طيب what about the molecules؟ إيه اللي هيحصل للمولكيولز بتاعتها؟ Its molecules gain the thermal energy. طيب so the speed of its molecules increases and at the melting point the intermolecular forces weaken. طيب معنى كده المولكيولز عندي بتاخد جزء من الحرارة اللي أنا اديتها لها. طيب and at the melting point وعند نقطة الانصهار the intermolecular forces be weaken. الانترمولكيولار فورسز بتاعت المولكيولز وبعضها تبتدي تضعف، هيبتدي ان هم يسيبوا بعض شويه. اوكي so the intermolecular spaces increase and they become more freely leading to the change of matter from the solid state into the liquid state. This process is called the melting process. طيب في الحاله دي ان انا عندي الانترمولكيولار سبيسز ما بين المولكيولز وبعضها هتبتدي تكبر، معنى كده الانترمولكيولار فورس هتبقى ضعيفه. طيب هيبتدي يتحول عندي الماده عندي من solid state to the liquid state. العمليه دي او البروسيس عندي دي اسمها melting process. اوكي in case in the liquid substance what's happened? Its molecules gain more energy. Okay so the speed of its molecules increases and at the boiling point the molecules overcome the intermolecular force and become free. بمعنى كده ان انا عندي المولكيولز عندي هتاخد جزء من الانرجي، وايه اللي هيحصل؟ the speed of molecules will be increased. حركة الجزيئات نفسها هتبتدي تزيد لغاية ما توصل عند نقطة اسمها البويلينج point. طيب concentrate with me in this point. So the intermolecular spaces increase and they escape in the form of vapor. This process is known what? Vaporization. طيب معنى كده الانترمولكيولار سبيس عندي هتزيد، تمام؟ اوكي والمسافات البينيه ما بينهم هتبقى زياده وهيتحول عندي لبخار. اسمها عمليه التبخير او الفابورايزيشن. طيب what about the melting process? Melting process is the change of matter from the solid state to the liquid state by heating. Okay. What the meaning of vaporization process is the change of matter from the liquid state to the gaseous state by heating, like in the picture. Okay, let's watch a video. This is the liquid state can convert into the gaseous state. This is called the vaporization process, and the molecules with freely moving. Heat of vaporization, the heat of energy required to convert from the liquid state to the gaseous state. Okay. The following diagram show the change of matter or water by changing its temperature. In the picture, this is the solid state, and the liquid and the gaseous. Yes, the substance can change from the solid state to the liquid state. This is called the melting process. And from the liquid state to the gaseous state, it's called vaporization process. From the gaseous state to the liquid state, it's called condensation process. And from the liquid to the solid, it's called the freezing. Okay. I have note. The melting process reverse the freezing process. إن عندي عملية الانصهار عكس عملية التجمد. While the vaporization process reverse the condensation process. Okay, let's watch a video about the state of matter. The solid and liquid and gas. The molecules will vibration. الحركة بتاعتها اهتزازية في مكانها. أما في حالة liquid state المولكيولز عندي بتتحرك بحرية شوية. أما في الجاز بتتحرك كتير. طيب the solid state can be heated and converted into the liquid state. This is the movement of molecules. The amount of heat energy required to change the solid into the liquid. It's called the melting point. A drop of water is composed of or consists of the million of water molecules. This means that the molecules are very tiny and can see by the naked eye or by the microscope. معنى كده ان عندي المولكيولز عندي صغيرة جدا، ما اقدرش ان انا اشوفها بعيني مجردة، بس ممكن اشوفها عن طريق الميكروسكوب. Okay, the molecules of any substance are composed of atoms. The substance, any substance, consists of molecules, and all molecules composed of the atoms. Okay, what's the type of molecules? We have two types of molecules: element molecules and compound molecules. What's the meaning of element molecules? The element molecules is formed of similar atoms, one or more, that combine together. معنى كده element molecules عندي بيتكون من similar atoms، لازم تكون الاتومز بتاعته واحدة أو شبه بعض. ممكن يكونوا واحدة atoms أو more atoms that combine together. طيب. What's the meaning of element? Element is the simplest pure form of matter which can analyze chemically into the simpler form by simple chemical methods. معنى كده ان هو ابسط جزء من الماتر عندي ما اقدرش ان انا احلله لاجزاء تانية حتى لو استخدمت الكيميكال methods اللي عندي. Now I will explain the type of elements molecules. So we have the two types. Number one, the element molecules formed of only one atom. It's called the monatomic type. في عندي element molecules عندي بتتكون من one atom بسميها monatomic. Number two, the element molecules formed of two atoms. It's called diatomic. بسميها diatomic. طيب. The element of molecule formed only one atom. Such as what? In the liquid state, mercury. It's a mercury. In the noble gas or inert gases, like what? Like the helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and proton. Okay, the second type, the element molecule formed of two atoms, it's called the diatomic type. Like what? In the liquid state, like in bromine. In active gases, like oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, chlorine, and fluorine. Now I will explain the compound molecule. The compound molecules formed of different atoms that combine together. معنى كده الكومباوند molecules بيتكون من atoms بس مختلفين عن بعضهم. طيب, what's the meaning of compound molecules? It's a substance which is formed from the combination of atoms of two or more different elements with constant weight ratios. Okay, let's watch a video. The molecules of compounds are formed through the joining of atoms of different elements. Like what? Like in the water molecules. Water molecules consist of two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. In ammonia molecule consists of 3 hydrogen atom and 1 nitrogen atom. Okay. Example of some known compounds. Like what? The compound of molecule and the type and the number of atom. Number 1, the hydrogen chloride molecules consist of what? بيتكون عندي من ايه؟ It consists of 2 atoms of 2 different elements. The hydrogen atom, 1 hydrogen atom, plus the chlorine atom, resulting the hydrogen chloride molecules. Okay. Number 2, the water molecule consists of 3 atoms of 2 different elements. تتكون عندي من 3 ذرات، تمام، of 2 different elements، ل 2 elements مختلفين. 2 hydrogen atom and 1 oxygen atom forming the water molecule. Okay. Number 3, ammonia molecule. It consists of the 4 atoms of 2 different elements. 3 hydrogen atom plus 1 nitrogen atom is formed the ammonia molecule. Now I have a question. the properties of molecules of substance are different from each other. ليه هي بتبقى مختلفة عن بعضها؟ Why? Number one, there's a difference in the number of atoms. Number two, the kind of atoms. Number three, the way of combination between the atoms. Okay. Now I need to compare between the element and compound. The point of comparison, the element and compound. Number one, the definition. The element is the simplest pure form of matter can't analyzed into the simple form. What about the compound? Compound is the substance which is formed from the combination of atoms of the two or more different elements with the constant weight ratio. Okay. What about the atom? In case of element, similar. بيكونوا شبه بعض. طيب. In case of compound, it's a different for each other. Okay. Now I give you example about the element, like what? Like the oxygen and hydrogen. Type example of a compound, like the water, carbon dioxide, ammonium, and hydrogen chloride. Okay, now we have come to the end of our lesson today. Thank you and see you later in the next lesson.